We're about to be working on this bee-infested truck, like I told y'all in the previous video. So here's the new project. It is a 2000 model that I just got eye swapped not long ago. And I threw the white bed on there. Originally it was black. As you can see, that truck out there got the old beds all dented up, but I'm gonna be fixing that soon. Took the steps out of that one, and we converting this one to white, but I don't really know. I'm debating on changing the color of it. But the 9902, probably saw that I got eye swapped. I also have a video on that. If y'all want to see that, comment in the comment section below, and I'll make a video on that. So this is gonna be pretty much the play truck. She runs damn good. Got good oil pressure. She just don't have a good transfer case or brakes. So we're about to fix that today. So I bought this truck not long ago as like a second vehicle, play vehicle type of truck. And I wanted a full drive. This is a full drive on the floor. It's a main full drive, so it's also reliable. I wanted a full drive turbo single cab, so it's kind of like the goal on it. I've been wanting one. I've actually built one. I'll drop a pic right now on the one I built. I had a frame I was building, and the frame freaking, it was just a frame. It was two-wheel drive. I was gonna convert it to full drive, but I realized it's a lot of work and I really don't have the time to do so. So finding this, and me and my cousin went half on it, and he got my old frame, two-wheel drive frame, and all the parts I have for it. And then I got this truck, which was actually a running and driving truck. And sorry guys if you can't really understand me. My freaking nostrils are screwed up today. I got bad sinuses right now. So this one had he said transmission. He thought the drive shaft on the end of the transmission was stripped, but it wasn't. Actually the transfer case. Because you can put it forward low and it does good, it'll go in gear. And you put in two-wheel drive high, it'll go in reverse but not forward or opposite. And you put in four-wheel drive high, it'll go forward but not reverse or opposite, one or the other. But from that frame we was building, we got a manual transfer case right here, and it's a what is that, a 272 I think. Not really, I think it's 272. I feel like it was a 261. 258. Okay, it's a 258. These are the really good ones. I can't remember which numbers or what. They're really good. But I mean, that one's manual transfer case, come out of the truck like this, and it'll help it anyway. And then we have some blowed out brake lines down there, because this was down in South Louisiana where they have a lot of salt water and stuff. So we are gonna change the brake lines. That happened as soon as I went to go load on the trailer. See how it's rusty. And I don't know if you can see it down here. You can see that's wet right there on that harness. But one of these, somewhere right here to blow it out, because it squirts out over here. But we're gonna get all that done so we can get this thing on the road, so we can start making content with it, start cutting up with it, all drive donuts, maybe drift, maybe race. I don't really know yet. I just want something cool, fast, and fun. This thing is a original V8 truck. I think it's the 4.8. I'm not entirely sure if it's a 4.8 or 5.3, but I assume it's the original motor. Kind of looks like it, and it should have a 4.8 in it. It has it had manual windows and stuff, but we put these doors on it, and we got the electronic stuff for it. But we're gonna change the door panels to gray, match the dash and stuff. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. Like, it's pretty clean for a year. In the shape the body was in, this body was bad. I'll put the pickup right now, but the front cap was over here was wrecked. Every panel on this thing was dented. So we had this front cap laying around. Got this bumper off of my cousin's truck he had that he sold not long ago, that he got, that was repaired but wrecked. So we put a chrome one back on it. I got that one for the front cap and to match the doors in the bed. So I bought a parts truck not long ago. It was a 4-drive extended cab, and that's why I got the front half of the frame, the front cap, the bed, and the transfer case, a couple other little things to build the last truck I was going to build. But now most of the parts are being used for this truck. Also, this thing does have the I'm not gonna say original 460 because that's probably not true, but it's got a 460 transmission in it. But We're gonna see how long it'll last behind a boosted 4.8, just, you know, to play with. And then we got this full 80 right here to build, and this one's been sitting out for a while. Supposedly reverse was messed up in it, but it's been sitting out in the rain a little while, so it's gonna have a lot of rusty parts in it. But we're gonna actually try to build it to hold at least, you know, 1,000-1,200 horsepower. So whatever we decide what number we're gonna hit. But first we're gonna destroy this one after we get it running and driving and boosted. So if you're gonna want to see more of this truck and this build, stop what you're doing right now and go drop a like on this video, so I'll know that y'all gonna like to see this little single cab 4-wheel drive truck come to life and get down and dirty on the streets. Also, this thing came with some free food. I got this humanitarian daily ration. I guess it's like a MRE almost, full citizens. I don't know, but if somebody wants me to send them a free bag of this and make a clip of you trying it out, and I will post it on my channel. I don't know how old these things are, but if someone's willing to test it out, let me know. So the first thing we're gonna tackle on this truck is probably the brake lines and get all that situated, get all that fixed. So let's hop in straight, taking this thing apart. We're gonna change this because the lines I got don't go to this booster. So we got a new booster over here that goes to the lines I got. See, they're braided down to this little block. And yeah, I don't know why they're different, but they're different. So we got to use that one to make the lines I got work. Big booster bleeding off pressure because I just unsealed it. This thing can go over here and drain. Now you're probably wondering why it's still got fluid in it, because only the front line busted, not the back. I was still able to drive a little bit with a little bit back brakes, but this is the back brake pressure line and this is the front. And yeah, that's why it still has fluid in it and didn't leak all out. So what it took was two 14 millimeters and then two 15s, and then you unplug your little switch right there. We're gonna take off each wheel on each side, and then we're gonna take these liners out so we can get to this side easily. At least this liner, not the other one. There's one line that goes all the way across the frame rail up front, so we're gonna try to get that one out without having any issues, but I don't know if that's gonna work. We see it right here, and it goes all the way across over here, and that's that long line you've seen back here, right here. If someone would actually like to send me the tool, the right tool to do this, I'd love to have one. Because now I'm just risking busting these clips with this little cutter. Alright, so we got the liner out. Yeah. That's not supposed to be black. Huh. Here's the brake line, at least part of it. This little jewel out the way. The Gabriel Ultras, some bad boys. I'm not even sure where it broke at. I see this is wet. I mean, I know that. See, this thing's loose. Probably right there. I see this is gonna be a fun job. That's a weird looking cross member. I don't remember my other truck having one like this. Why does it look burnt? Alright, brake lines. Look at right there. It's right here. So we got the old lines out right here, and this is actually where the broken one was. I think it was right here. It was like rotted and it kind of just fell apart. But we got the old lines out, and we did have to lift the cab up. So we had to undo this we had to undo this bolt, that strap right there, and then this bolt right here. So we snaked it out this way, the lines, and yeah. So the hardest part's gonna be snaking that one long line down this way because it's connected one piece. But yeah, if it wasn't for lifting the cab, it would have been pretty hard, almost impossible to even do this. So lift the cab, it's not that hard. I got a jack, it has a couple bolts, and just lift one side of the cab so you can slip it in and out if you need to do this. It isn't really a how-to video, but showing y'all, you know, the steps. So we got the lines all installed and bled, and everything seems to be working fine. This switch is different. This setup came off of a 04, and this is a 99, so that plug doesn't fit in there. I gotta splice that and then make the plug fit for that, because the old sensor doesn't fit. But let me give you a little view of the new lines. I gotta get a bracket for this thing, but it went pretty smoothly with the cab lifted up. Like I said, everything's on how it should be. Fresh, non-rusted lines. And we have brake pressure. So now we gotta slap this old transfer case in the old girl so we can go and take her for a ride. And get these bolts right here off. Things infested with bees. You can see them over there flying around. Alright, this ain't working. I had to get a wrench. There she is. Alright, so we got everything off. We got the drive shaft, rear drive shaft, front drive shaft. We got the plugs unplugged, and we got the shifter linkage right here undone, which goes right there. And we gotta get a couple of these 15mm bolts right there out. There's like 6 or so of them. Get those out and this thing will come right out. So we got the whole transfer case out, as you can see. And it is also a 261 right there, just like this one is a 261. So this is the new one. We're gonna be slapping this one back in, and I want to show you exactly what was wrong with this one. Here, slip it in there. Probably hold this with the foot. Let's see. It's in there, slipping the chain to get, I guess, stretched, but it only did it in a 2-wheel, and then it did it in 4-wheel also. Full high, only high. Low worked fine, which I think this is low, but you can still hear the slack. But yeah, so we got a new one. We're gonna slap that one in. That one worked fine. We did a test drive on parts vehicle we had for it, and it worked completely fine, but we're gonna get that one slapped in, and then we're probably gonna go test drive. It started raining, but we're still gonna take it on the test drive. But she is done and she is ready. Let's see if we got the transfer case in. Let's see if she works like she should. So she's in 4 high right now. We're gonna go in 2 high. Split her up. Brakes work. Okay. Brakes seem to work good. Forward. All the gears seem to work good. Let's go 4 high. Shows in 4 drive. Reverse. Drive. Okay. 4 low. Reverse. Drive. Hard. 2 high. think she's good. Yes, we do have a strap across the hood because the hood doesn't latch yet. I'm debating on doing the little hood pins, or like this hood was made for, or adding the latch back to it. I'm not really sure yet. Leave a comment in the comment section below what you think I should do. I'm thinking the hood pins because it makes it look a little more sporty, but I don't want to look tacky. So we're gonna do this for now so we can go on the test drive and it doesn't fly up on us. All right, so we got it full drive. We're going to test it out right now. Let's see how she does. I never even drove this thing. I don't know if the transmission's still good on it. I know it pulls, but I just don't know if it goes through all the gears like it should. Full drive works. It just rained, so it's pretty sloppy. That's why we had it full drive. And it seems to work. And we're gonna put it back in two-wheel drive. That easily. It's freaking hot in here. The AC's not working. I'm not really sure why, but we'll figure that out after we know this thing does good. Alright, brakes work pretty good. Second gear. Third gear. Now, I didn't put fluid in the transfer case. It had some in it, but I think some also leaked out. It's not like rear end or front diff. Could be transfer case. A little whining. She's got a little pep in her step. Thing's noisy as hell. Hey, the windshield wipers work. I've literally haven't did much to this thing. I'm being dead honest. Oh, she got some pep in her step. She should have 373s in it, but I'm gonna be honest, that feels more like a 5.3 than a 4.8. 4-high launch. We're gonna full drive launch at the next stop sign. What the hell's rattling in this door? Brakes are kind of rusty, so taking a little bit to clean themselves off. Let's see. Full high. We're engaged. Should get down. Tow haul, you work. Don't look like tow haul works. And now we're making a lot of noise. It's like it needs a wheel bearing. Damn. Put it back in 2 because that's a lot of noise. I love manual full drive. It's just like right there. No matter, you don't have to put neutral and shit like that. But she gets down, I'm not gonna lie. She leaves pretty good to be all stock with cats still. No tune, no nothing. Like I said, it's gotta be a 5.3. This thing is too peppy to be a 4.8. Kind of skirted the tires a little bit when I did full drive launch over there. I'm gonna have to look at the video again. She rides good though. Minus all the noise. I can roll into her if she gets loose. I like this. This could be a fun little truck. Windshield's fogging up because I ain't got no dang on air. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So we just got back from the test drive, and as you can see, it's freaking storming. But she did a lot better than what I expected her to do. I was hoping the trans was actually still good in it, so I could rock that for a little while until we build up 80 over there. Yeah, I mean, everything, other than some noises, everything seemed to work. I do have a brake caliper on this side over here. It doesn't seem to be working. It might be just locked up, so I'm gonna have to order all new brake calipers for this thing. It definitely needs it, and all new rotors, it definitely needs it. They're making a lot of noise. And of course, you know, stopping is the #1 thing you need on any vehicle. See, I gotta figure out some of the noises. Obviously, it was grinding and stuff. That could have been the brakes just rubbing. And there was a lot of rust on it from not being used in a while. So some of the humming, I think, come from the rear end. There might be no oil in it. I know there's probably no oil on the transfer case either. So we're gonna get those figured out soon in the next couple videos. But go subscribe right now if you want to see more of this build. It's gonna be turbo and stuff later on. I gotta get it running and driving good first, and some of the body parts and stuff fixed, as you can see, and then like the hood. I'm gonna get the latch on here maybe, or maybe the hood pin, whatever one y'all like better. And I gotta fix the bumper by a balance, and I want to do something cool with this grill. I want it gapped right here and delete these and just have no emblem, but I gotta figure out how to do that. I'm not really entirely sure how to do that. But I did want to show you something. This thing was completely infested with bees when I got it. Let's see. You can see that. See the little guy right there dead? I killed about 20 of these damn things. There's one nest under here. It was like 3 nests in a bed over there. It was about 2 nests in each frame rail. There's still one in there right there. And man, these things would swarm every time I got in this truck. This mirror had some too, but there's no more in there. I've been killing them. Every chance I get, I'd kill them. I'd pull in here, I'd let them swarm around, let them sit somewhere and just pow, smack. I hit them with some carb cleaner too. Anything I had I could spray and kill them with, I'd kill them. I'm not trying to get stung by no wasp. This thing was filled with them. So we got most of them killed, figured out. There's a couple still swarming every time I get in this thing. I have no clue where they're coming from. Like I said, they had them everywhere. They had some underneath the bed. They had some on top, inside the bed. The old bed, not the white one. They have some in the frame rails. They have some in the mirrors. Underneath the cab, they're just everywhere. It sucks I ain't got no footage of them whenever they're swarming everywhere, but I showed y'all the nests and stuff like that. There was one a second ago. I know y'all seen them underneath the truck, but I don't know where he went. I try to get him as much as I can because got kids around here. We don't want them to get stung for sure. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on your opinions, what you think, and that's gonna be a wrap.